the lucky winner today, and the other half we put into a poll for a scholarship and community events that we do back in the work of the community. So this morning, Mr. Patrick informed me that he has a thought for today.
I do.
Awesome.
I've traveled the country, and even before I traveled the country, I saw a lot of foolishness going on. There's some things. I look at decisions in my business, and I always make a decision for a reason to profit. And I've been seeing a lot of decisions that are made that really don't contain much profit. Gas prices are up over $1. Before I went on my trip, I went to get a chicken dinner. It was $17.50. I came back from my trip, got the same chicken dinner. It was $22.95. And that was a 3-week period. And I saw the sign at the restaurant that said help wanted. I can relate to that. We began to close on Mondays because I can't hire anybody. I'm sure, I know everybody in here is under the same thing. How do you get people to work, right? So I see a lot of foolishness, and I thought, I need to know how to deal with fools. So I'm going to go to my instruction manual. So I went to the Bible, and I looked up fools. And I said, well, surely the Bible will tell me how to deal with them. So I checked it out, and I found Proverbs 26:4-6. First one says, don't answer the foolish arguments of fools, or you will become as foolish as they are. I thought, okay, that's it. Not going to talk to fools. Then I read further. It said, be sure to answer the foolish arguments of fools, or they will become wise in their own estimation. I said, wow, so I don't want to answer them, but I do want to answer. Then it says, trusting a fool to convey a message is like cutting off one's feet or drinking poison. So, I don't know what that tells you, but it tells me that we're in an under. I got to tell you.
Yes, sir, Mr. Marchon.
It's very quick. Don't be too hard on yourself. There are plenty of people willing to do that for you. Amen. Love yourself and be proud of everything that you do. Even mistakes mean you're trying. Went from the silly to the serious.
I'm not going to trust that.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for the thoughts of the day. Anyone else? Good. OBL announcements, Ms. Christine, if you could give us an update on those. Do you have something? Go on.
Today we have Jonathon Evans doing the sculpture hospitality presentation. Next week we have Jennifer Phelps from Unity Fiber. The 28th of July is still open. Also next week for our after hours is Rhonda Cunningham for Keep Your Profits. And August is wide open as far as 10-minute infomercials, so I need some volunteers. And then on the 26th of August, Boys and Girls Club is doing the after hours.
Awesome.
This is on behalf of April. On September the 9th, the Boys and Girls Club are having their annual fundraiser luncheon that April puts on every year. And it doesn't cost anything to get a table or anything like that, but she had sent a letter to us yesterday. I presented to the board where she would like to have a table just for OBL to be there. It's a table set for 8, and we have 3 board members that can be there to represent the board and OBL, but we need 5 more people that can make a commitment to us this morning saying yes, we'd like to be there to sit at the table. So it's complimentary, doesn't cost anything. Now what they would like to do, I would like to see everybody do that does go, at the very end, they will ask for any sort of donation or anything like that. And again, it's a really, help the Boys and Girls Club offset thing. So, and again, if it's, $5, $10, $15,000, Patrick, whatever you want to do, it's that would be really good for them. So, again, if you could either get with myself or get with Tony, we want to go ahead and make a commitment to April, letting her know that we have 8 people that are going to attend, and we already have 3 out of the 5. And there's quite a few board members that are actually going to be out of town that week. So, but Tony, Cindy, and Tammy are the 3 that will be there, definitely representing the board. Then we'd like to have 5 other people to be able to attend. So again, just get with Tony or I so we go ahead and let her know. Thank you.
What date is that again?
Thursday, September the 9th. It's at 11:30 to 1. And it's at the Boys and Girls Club. And this year it'll be held in the gym. So you have to wear masks and stuff still, or? Yeah, so it's back the way it used to be before. So you can just go in and enjoy it. The lunches take care of for you. Just make sure your credit card or your cash or something in your purse or wallet.
Awesome. Anyone else have an OBL announcement? Very good. Okay, I have a couple myself. As you know, part of what we were just talking about with the 50/50 Ocala Business Leaders does an annual scholarship program. On the back table back there is a scholarship application form. And on each table. They're on the back table. Okay. So this is what they look like. If you know of anyone that is in need of a scholarship, if you would take one of these applications, have them prepared and filled out, and then return those applications either to Mr. Riley Smith or Robert Hagee, or myself or someone on the board. We'll make sure that they get those so we can get those processed and hopefully in time for the next school year. The other thing I wanted to mention real quick before we bring in our guest speaker is I want to make sure that there's some clarity and understanding in our relationship with the Ocala-Marion County Chamber and Economic Partnership, the CEP. As a member of Ocala Business Leaders, we have an affiliation with the CEP, which affords us to attend their business after hours. That's once a month on a Thursday. I believe it's the 3rd Thursday each month, that we can go and attend that as a member of OBL. What that does not do is, you being a member of OBL does not make you a member of the CEP. That is a separate membership dues and things to get all the benefits from the CEP. I think there might have been some misunderstanding with a couple of folks thinking when they joined OBL that automatically joined them to the CEP. That is not the case. We do get some of the benefits across the club as a member, but that doesn't make you and your business a member of the CEP. So if there's any questions on that, I'd be happy to entertain those. Just see me after today's event and we'll talk about that further. I think with that, we're ready to move right into our guest speaker this morning. So if you would give me a warm welcome for Mr. Jonathon.
Good morning, everyone. Very happy to be here this morning. I just wanted to give you a brief introduction to what I do and how I can help. So very quickly, a little bit about me. I've got 2 very active children, 9 and 4, who's about to turn 5, and he runs our entire life, as you can imagine. My beautiful wife, Samantha, and then we have Lily over here at the beach. She's turning 11 this year, and then for some reason we decided to get a puppy. Thought that was a good idea. So we have a 4-month puppy who's as big as the other one, and that wasn't supposed to happen. So we have a lot of energy in our house. But very quickly, I moved to Gainesville in 2000, and I went to school up there. I graduated in 2004 with my undergraduate in food and resource economics. And I continued on and got my master's in agribusiness in 2006. And then I started right after that working for the University of Florida, and I worked there for 14 years before I started this. And the University of Florida taught me a lot about building relationships and a lot about what an ecosystem is. And when you get out of a system like that, because it's so close-knit into the community, you actually see that there are so many other relationships that can be built community-based, not just within the University of Florida. So I've had a really great 2 years learning about the communities that I serve now. And then I got formally started in January of 2020. So February, we were going really well, and then March happened, and I think we all know what happened from there. So it's been fun. Just a little bit about sculpture. So we are a franchise operation, and we have over 400 offices worldwide, and we've been running for over 33 years. So we are one of the innovators in inventory control management. We're always on the cutting edge of trying to figure out how to make things better and how to make things smoother for our customers. So we were founded in '87 with the simple goal of helping bars and restaurants. But what we found was the bars and restaurants were like, this is great, but we don't want to do it. So that's where the third-party integration started to come in. So we are now the subject matter experts, and we can actually go in physically and help each individual bar customize an opportunity to find all of their opportunities within inventory. So it's one of the easiest ways to actually increase revenue without actually changing anything else within the business. So the primary goals is we actually like to partner with the businesses. We don't like to think of ourselves as additional vendors because we actually thrive on what the business owners are telling us. So they can actually customize a plan directly to what they want to achieve. So if it's streamlining ordering, if it's keeping their staff accountable, we can actually highlight focus on one particular thing, or we can do a global approach as well. So what we're very proud of is we can actually increase sales 7 to 10%. We can reduce loss down to 3% from the industry standard of 25. So I don't know how many industries that can survive losing 25% of your inventory and still stay in business, but that's just the industry standard in a bar in a typical situation. So again, this is where our biggest success is. We basically can reduce losses from that 25 to 20% down to 3% or better. And then if you can't do this, or if your staff is not, we actually can come in and become that consultant of, do we need to train the staff? Do we need to show the bartenders how to do the correct pours? Are they using some of the tools that you're giving them and just make it easier on them to actually get, do they know the recipes? That's one of the easiest ways of training your staff, just making sure that they know what the expectations are and just making that very clear. So we offer beverage services. So we'll actually come in and do the high-end alcohol. So I physically come in and weigh every open bottle, and I count every bottle that's behind the bar or in your storage room, so you know an accurate count how much your product is actually valued at, and what you need to order for the next series. And then really the analytics part of it is I give you a wealth of information, and then the business owners actually get to determine what they want to use that information for, whether it's ordering, whether it's keeping staff accountable, and other ripple effects that we have. We also do the same thing in the kitchen. So we can weigh a hamburger just like we can weigh a bottle of alcohol. So if you're always serving a 5-ounce burger and the staff starts making a 6 or 7-ounce burger, those ounces add up and you're giving food away for free. So we will physically come in and weigh a tray of hamburgers that are already prepped and basically compare that back to the sales and make sure that each individual portion is being served to the customer properly so that you have that true portion control. French fries is another one. You're always serving 10 ounces of fries and they're just throwing a handful on there that adds up to 15. You're giving product away for free. And a lot of staff don't think of that as stealing because they're not taking money out of the register, but you are stealing because that is coming directly out of the pockets of the owner and the customer is no longer paying for it. So we have our very innovative solutions. So basically, if you can dream it, we can do it. We are very highly customizable. We have a very sophisticated IT team up in Toronto that can actually customize and create an individual database if you have a unique purpose. So we work with hotels and they have little sweet shops that have extra products that are in there, whether they're candy bars and things like that. So we can track it down to that level as well. So depending on what you want to do, what you want to track, we can count it and find it for you. So just very quickly, and I know this is very hard to see from the back, but what we try and do is give you a staff report that basically is just going to be a super high level, just balance sheet of the day or of the week of where your sales are. So in this particular example, we have $15,000 of on-hand costs. So that's basically what your inventory is worth. And you can give this to your accountant and you can compare that back to your purchases and your sales so you know exactly where your cost of goods are. And then how much you actually used in product over the previous period. What I do want to highlight is your revenue potential. So what our information does, because we bring in the sales information, we actually take what you purchased your product at and what you actually sold it for, and we make that comparison. So this particular individual only lost $196 for the cost, but the revenue potential was $1,195. So it actually extrapolates that information and tells you what your revenue potential could potentially be and where we need to hone our focus on. So a little bit more into some of the details. So we basically just try and create a overall report of what we truly need to focus on and which individual categories you're having the biggest issues in. So again, this is very small and I apologize for that. But then we get into what your top audit issues are, and this is something that we're very proud of. So this basically gives you a very fundamental part of which 5 to 10 products are causing you the most problem, just solely based on how much loss you have and actual how much cost is having. And then we actually can go in and make details of you're just overpouring this one. And historically, you're just constantly overpouring this particular product. Or you're missing a whole bottle or multiple bottles. So what happened? Did the staff take it home? Was there somebody broke a bottle? More information you can give us, the better these analytics can be. So obviously this is very detailed and very hard to read, but what this does say is this is all the individual categories based on what you want to see, and then we can take it one step further, and hopefully that's a little bit better, but this is where your revenue potential is and where your actual port costs are. So I can show you if your port costs are too high, do we need to increase prices, or do we need to talk to your third-party vendors about where you're getting your product from and hopefully save you some money that way. Another thing that's one of the ripple effects is because I bring in all your sales information, I can actually customize and build a recipe report. So this is basically any recipe that you want to sell your customer, whether it's a ham and egg sandwich or if it's a mixed drink, I can tell you exactly what you're putting in it and what the portion sizes are. And then it takes everything based on what you purchase it at and what you sell it at and tell you what your profit is. So your profit margin and your food and port costs are going to be built in here. What this also does is actually gives you a printout of what your staff needs to be able to make that recipe based on you as the owner, what you actually expect. So this creates a clear expectation. And I can eliminate the financial information if you don't want your staff to know exactly what your profit margins are, but I can still give them the report based on this is what I expect, this is how much you're supposed to put in each drink or on each plate. And then if you will, I just want to play a quick little video.
Our clients range from corporate business down to mom and pops. Everyone is looking for a solution. They just sometimes don't know. There's no more pen and paper. We wait.
Sorry, some technical difficulties. Well, I can send that out to everybody
Just
afterwards.
send it to me and I'll post it.
Okay. But at the end of the day, your time counts for more. So what we try and encourage for the owner specifically is every hour that you spend or your staff is spending counting, one, the staff doesn't want to do it. They want to go home at the end of the night. So I come in or my team comes in and does this for you. Then you have verified numbers that you don't actually have. I don't have any invested interest in what the numbers come out to. I just want to help make it easier and streamline your ordering and make sure that the staff knows what you have. So with that, are there any questions?
And we're for food and restaurants only, or do you work with other industries as well?
So part of our platform actually works with retail establishments as well. So we can basically take this exact model and go into a retail space. Basically, we have the ability, so if you imagine a hair designer or hair stylist, they have a recipe built on product, right? So if you're trying to achieve a specific color, we can actually track those colors down to the gram. And if they follow the recipe and build it properly, then they can actually do that instead of just throwing a bunch of product together. And if the individual stylists don't own the product, they don't have any invested interest in trying to follow the recipe. Whereas the owners can say, well, if you overproduce the color, you're literally washing the product down the drain, and those are very expensive products. So yes, we can actually take this model and transcend many industries.
Bill?
Yeah, this is a two-part question. The first one is, do you guys go in with the aggressiveness as John Taffer from Bar Rescue? So I would like that show with his aggressiveness. And then second of all, if someone does hire you guys to do this, is it just a one-time shot that you go in there and do this? Do they hire you to come in weekly to do it? How does that work?
Sure, no, great question. So I am not quite as aggressive as John is. We are the software in the background, but I take a little bit more gentle approach because I'm there to help, not to accuse you of doing something wrong. So the other benefit of that is I actually come in and when we meet with the staff after we do what we call a discovery period. So I come in for 3 weeks and basically just show the owner where they are, and then I get to reveal my findings to the staff. So once we do that, everybody gets to start off on an equal playing field, and we basically say, okay, nobody's in trouble, nobody's stealing, nobody's doing anything wrong, except for the fact we need to tighten things up. And then business decisions about who you need to keep on can happen later on. So basically it just gives the staff a reset period. As far as timing goes, what we recommend is actually coming in weekly, because the more time that happens between audit, the more product is moving. So in a very high volume place, if we come in weekly, we can really get a good pulse on the business and how things are moving.
You said that when you start, you come in, you spend a few weeks, you see where they stand, etc., and then you meet with the owner and the staff. Is there a minimum that your service is based on? Is it a percentage of what you save the business? How does that work?
Sure, no, that's a great question. No, we are not a percentage-based company, so I charge a flat fee based on how much time it's basically going to take me to go through and get my team there. But no, so if we're saving you $25,000 a week, we are not going to take a percentage. My flat fee stays the same. Great question. Yes, sir.
You make recommendations to the owners on, give them guidelines on what they should look for?
So what we actually, something I'm very proud of, is we become very trusted advisors, which is why, because you have to have a lot of trust to give somebody your financial information. Everyone in the room can appreciate the level of trust that it takes to give up a lot of control over sensitive information. So what we're able to do is really become that trusted advisor. So when we do make those recommendations about adding new drinks, changing your pour costs, searching out new vendors, because we are the subject matter experts on inventory, we have all these relationships, we do get to make those recommendations to the owner. So that's why we call this a partnership and rather than as a vendor, because we're here to help. And if you don't need us or we're not saving you money, there's no long-term contract. So we walk away and check back in a few months and see how things are going. Any other questions? Well, thank you very much for the time, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. That's very, very interesting. I've got some wheels turning back here thinking about just in my industry and the volume of data that in the electric utility industry that we actually collect through our metering system, and of course the sole purpose of doing that is for billing on the back end. And so I may be picking your brain in the future. So with that, let's remember the 50-50 drawing. Does anyone else need a ticket before we do this? Going once, going twice, sold, everybody's got one. Maybe we can have our guest draw a ticket, and where are we at?
Okay, we have $37 for the winner. You're welcome. Last three.
561.
561. 561.
Right there. Okay.
Colin, can you buy me a lot?
It's not my interest.
Awesome.
I'll buy yours.
Congratulations, Colin. Awesome. With that, we're going to start our 30-second infomercials. And Ms. Christine, take it.
Good morning, Russ Moore at the Pack Mail Store. We pack, ship, freight, crate, anything, anywhere. We do UPS, FedEx, DHL, Postal Service. We have mailboxes. We just installed a new set of mailboxes. We're very blessed that we've rented out all the mailboxes we have, 60-something mailboxes, and we just installed a new set. You know, it's interesting. It's really an interesting business because you never know what's going to walk through the door. And a year or so ago, we had a gentleman come through the door who was a guide, a hunting guide up in Fort McCoy. And he takes people on hog hunts. And they shoot these big hogs with the, the big tusks sticking out and everything. And occasionally deer or what have you. But he'll take the heads and he will get all the meat off of them where it's just a white skull. And he brings those to us and we ship them to the customer. Occasionally he'll bring us the shoulder mount and we'll take that shoulder mount and we'll ship it to the customer. Yesterday he brought us 25 skulls to ship to 25 different customers. So it's an interesting business. You never know what's going to walk through the door, but if you've got something in your ship, I'm pretty sure we can help you. Thank you. It's my friend, Mr. Smith. He's going to talk to you now.
Thank you, Russ, but no Mr. My name is Riley Smith with OBL Insurance. If you listen to the TV and listen to the radio, you can buy insurance online, but do you really get personal service? I have been in the insurance business since 1962. And it really gripes me. When I leave here, I've got to go to the office and do 5 hours of continuing education. I know I don't know all there is to know about the insurance business, but it sure does gripe me. And to me, it's a money-making proposition for all of this continuing education that you have to do. But anyway, we'll insure anything that you have. Russ will ship it for you. And we do homeowners, automobile, workers' comp, anything that you need, we'll take care of it for you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Riley, I think after 60 or 59 years, you pretty much know how to do all of that. Robert Hickey, Ocala Copy Center, we've got brand new directories in that green box on the back table back there. Everybody take some, hand them out to all your friends, and everybody have a great week.
Mark, I'm Soldenborg, Remac Commercial Real Estate. Yes, buddy. Those haven't seen you in the longest time of my life. Jonathan, excellent presentation, but I was planning to ask you some questions on how it worked and a little bit about it, but you answered it all, so awesome. Thanks.
Hey guys, I'm Eric Spanner. I want to say thank you to you guys. I have a rough week and my energy's a little low, but when I get in the room, it's awesome that the energy helps build you up and makes you happen. So I do want to talk about what Riley just said. Let him come in and review our insurance not long ago, but I was one of those guys a long time ago, always bought my insurance online with Progressive and this and that. When I finally switched away from that and used my local agent that I have now, he actually saved me money on the exact same policy that I already had. So if you are those that are buying it online, let Riley at least look at it, because a local agent can save you money even though you are buying it from Progressive or somebody direct.
Morning, Butch Green, Green and Growing. if it's not green and growing right now, it's probably dead. So, and we can fix you up there too. We can take out the dead and put in something new and fresh. So anything landscape-wise, I can usually help you out with. Been just a great year. I just appreciate everybody in here. I bought a pair of work boots the other day, and I love them. They just fit perfect. They got a great shop. You need to go over there and visit with them. And then a coffee shop, went there, got some new invoices and all. Boy, just great service. And it's a blessing to be a part of this business. Of course, the fun guy that Jerry came by and he did my house once over, my driveway, and all looks great. So just a great group of people, and appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.
Jane Henning, Ocala Business Leaders Secretary.
Jerry with the Fun Guys, just an honor to be part of this group. Thanks.
Alan Barrett, I'm a financial advisor with Ever Jones. The three markets are up 15% or more this year. Sorry, start over. S&P, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, they're all up 15% or more for the year. So if your money's in a savings account or money market, you're losing. Because as you talked about earlier, inflation is up and you're losing. So get in the market. I'm also Rhonda Cunningham with Keep Your Profits. She's on vacation today, or she's out of town. So next Thursday, don't forget, she's having a big or after hours event at the Workspace Collective. If you haven't been to the Workspace Collective, either location, it's a very cool place to go and see. So this will be a big event. She's been advertising. There'll be a lot of people there, a lot of great sponsors, prizes, food, drinks. So I encourage everybody to come and bring a friend or two and bring your dog.
Nikki Emiliano, licensed mental health counselor. I'm here representing Haven Counseling and Wellness, and I'm the owner, and this is my little co-buddy here who is in session with me, as many of you have met. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rob with Anytime Fitness, 1 mile north on Merritt Camp. Oh no, Baseline, north of Merritt.
Dave Liner, Conundrum. I thought they'd say it properly. Please don't blame me, I didn't vote for him.
I'm Patrick from Falcon Auto Repair, and I've dealt with most everybody in this room, and you know, like Riley said, you can buy insurance online, and you can maybe save a few dollars, but how much is your time worth? You know, I've had several instances just in the past month where I've needed something. I call on one of the members in this club and I get service. You know, I don't know about you, but service is a whole lot more important than $1. So when you need something, go to these people in this club. It is so beneficial. Doesn't matter what you're looking for. You know, I had a bad case of the shingles. I got right into Magnolia Clinic. Took care of me right away. My doctor was 3 weeks out. So keep it in mind. Don't always think about price. Think about the value that you're getting from this club. And give everybody an opportunity.
Bonnie Cook with Fox & Son Jewelers downtown on the square. This is Jessica. Ocala Heating and Air.
Bill Barnett with Code Advantage. We're your single source solution for all your HR needs. I'll piggyback a little bit off of Patrick and Riley. Local does make a difference. I mean, and if you have somebody that has been in the community as long as Riley, as long as Mr. Yandel, you know, those guys have been here for a long time. Why go to somebody else that, you know, is probably just here just to get your dollar? They don't care about you as the community, the family, or anything like that. And you know, you may not always get the best service that you think you should get or whatever, but it's going to go a long way. Because I can guarantee you that if I was on a Saturday broken down somewhere, I can pick up the phone, call Patrick. He's going to do whatever he needs to do, come get my car or whatever. If I had you know, something about insurance, I can call Riley, that type of thing. So sticking with local people is very important. Thank you.
I'm Kitty Potipow, Thank you, Bill, for taking my 30 seconds. I'm your treasurer.
Good morning, Jennifer Walter with Richard D. Walter, DMD. It's vacation time, it's summertime, but I just want to remind everybody, don't forget about your teeth.
I'm brushing this morning. Hey guys, Sam Gus, Dex Imaging. We sell copiers and printers, not to be mistaken for Dex Media, which I think sells Yellow Pages. I mean, who advertises the Yellow Page anymore? Anyway, Dex Imaging is the only company in our industry that's actually growing where all of our competitors are shrinking. And that kind of gives a testament to what we're doing. You know, I've hired some of the best who work for me, over 16 technicians right here in Ocala, Florida. So we are the biggest. There's safety in numbers. So if you got a copier or printer, trust Dex Imaging, take care of it, and we'll make you happy. Everybody have a great week.
Good morning, Mike Essex, Magnolia Family Urgent Care, a safe alternative to the emergency room. I'd like to make an announcement too. Stacy said they're having a CP networking thing on the 22nd from 5 to 7. Anybody visiting, refreshments and everything. Thank you.
Tom Roberts, OBL Publishing. A couple of you know that I was panicking when I lost my biggest customer. Now I have twice as much.
Yes.
It ended up, I wound up with some new, bigger customers.
Good for you.
So I don't know how stable they are, but they're with me. Most of them from out of town. And so that shows you that we're reaching out to everyone. So thank you for your help too.
Hi, Jennifer Phelps with Unity Fiber, and we're of course the new all-fiber internet company in town. We own and operate our own network. We're not reselling the city. We're not reselling Cox. We're actually another third-party alternative. We do phone and we do voice and internet solutions. And I quoted a hotel the other day that had Cox, 50 meg internet for them. They were paying about $675, and I told them I could do 100 meg by 100 meg for about $450. So it's a bit, it's a bit of savings over what you can get with the cable provider, but it is a little bit more expensive than a cable modem. So if you're, in a position where mission criticality matters, it may be worth looking at upgrade to fiber.
Got all that, right?
Yeah.
If you didn't, talk to her.
It'll be next week. I got the thing next week.
Oh, we got the thing next week. Go mark on WOCA, also meet 96.3 FM 1370 AM. A little shout out to Dex and his crew. I've had a little problem with my printer since the move from the old place to the Ocala International Airport. It wouldn't scan. I called their tech crew out in Tampa. The young lady, Erica Morton. Fantastic crew, and she did everything remotely. Here we go. She did everything remotely through his company, Tech Dex. And on my laptop now, I have an icon that says Dex Scan, and everything goes there now. Everything works. So it's phenomenal that she was there. She's a very pleasant young lady. So everyone's young compared to me. If you need me, don't use me. Don't abuse me. I'm here to help you, and I'm here to thank everyone who has used me in the past. Thank you.
Good morning, boss. I'm in United Healthcare Medicare Solutions. I deal with the one thing that Riley does not, and that's Medicare, folks. You only had to do 5 hours. I just finished 20.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I had to do that too. So yeah, law and ethics. We got to deal with all that fun stuff. Kudos to Tammy. I don't know if anybody saw the Ocala Sports magazine this month. Has anybody seen that? That's my little daughter on the front cover.
Oh, wow.
And Tammy took that picture. So thank you, Tammy, for that.
You're welcome.
So all you Medicare, anybody 65 and up or on disability under 65, they need some help with their Medicare, call me.
Thank you, Ross. And he came to the studio and went over my mom's health care for me. We weren't sure why we were getting this charge and every month, and well, it's a valid charge. But now we know what we have, and we're in a good spot. And he came out and did that just complimentary to just make sure I felt good about it, and I really appreciate your help. It's summertime, no one wants to really go outside and get all hot and sweaty, so that's why I have a studio. And you can come in and stay cool and get a really nice photo done, update your business portrait. So on the 28th, those new people here, you know, in our directory, can I borrow that for a minute? We have these awesome photos in here. So we're doing the headshots, complimentary for the members. Hold that up for me on a page that has pictures. But anyway, we're going to put your photo here. So when you're looking through the directory for someone, you know them by sight, can't remember their name. This is a great way to do it. And that's how I find everyone first for myself. But we're on the 28th. I'm going to just have the studio open for the backdrop, and we can customize it for you if you want anything different, and you can invest in it for your own ownership for outside OBL. So contact me and get signed up for the 28th.
Good morning, I'm Martha Hoffman with 3DToursByMartha.com and 3D Showcase Marketing Services. I was so excited that I looked at my Google Street View results this morning and I sent it to Parrish. His photos from his 3D tour of his business, which is Ocala Audio and Tinting and more, over 10,000 views this past month for him. So really excited about the results that we can give for him, and for the rest of you that have brick and mortar businesses, I'd love to give you those same results. Thanks.
Good morning, Brenda Carroll, Brick City Flowers, located on Silver Springs Boulevard. We're still looking for a designer and a part-time delivery person. Still no one wants to work. Hills Van Service, I represent them as well. And they're also looking for laborers. I think they start at 13 or 14 an hour, but it's loading trucks, unloading trucks. They've got a job tomorrow, Saturday in Gainesville today in Gainesville, they needed 8 men for it, and we only have 4 employees. In this time of year, we normally have 15. If you know anybody that's looking for this type of work, it's, you know, outside in people's homes, that kind of thing. We do background checks due to Mayflower standards, and they go back 10 years. So if there's no felony convictions, we'll hire you. So if you have anybody, just send them to Hills and talk with Christine Hilty, and they can put them to work right away. So I appreciate anything there, and y'all have a good day.